Did you know that an estimated 70% of people experience significant anxiety when facing a major life challenge? This is not a sign of weakness. It is a fundamental part of the human condition. Fear is a primal, hardwired response designed to keep us safe from physical harm. It is the internal alarm that blares when we stand at the edge of a cliff or hear a strange noise in the dark. But in our modern world, this same ancient alarm system often goes off for threats that are not physical but psychological. We feel the same racing heart and sweaty palms over a presentation at work as our ancestors did when facing a predator. This response, while normal, is also coachable. We are not doomed to be governed by it. The Stoics understood this 2 millennia ago. They taught that while we cannot always control the events that happen to us, we can absolutely control our response to them. This is the core principle we will explore. We can learn to face our fears, not by pretending they do not exist, but by engaging with them in a deliberate, measured way. We can transform fear from a paralyzing force into a source of fuel for growth. We all carry our own unique set of fears. For many, the most potent ones are not of physical danger, but of emotional exposure. The fear of failure can be so powerful that it prevents us from ever starting a new business, learning a new skill, trying a new recipe. The fear of rejection keeps our best ideas silent in meetings. It stops us from asking someone on a date and convinces us not to apply for that dream job. The fear of the unknown anchors us to familiar shores. We stay in the same town, the same job, the same small life. Not because it brings us joy, but because it feels safer than the vast, uncertain ocean of possibility. This is how fear shrinks our world. It builds invisible walls around us, brick by brick, with every opportunity we decline and every chance we do not take. The voice of fear is the voice of what if. What if I fail? What if they laugh at me? What if I make a fool of myself? What if I cannot handle it? These questions create a feedback loop of anxiety that can become deafening, drowning out the quieter, more hopeful voice of what if it works. The result is a life lived in a progressively smaller space, a defensive crouch against a world that feels increasingly threatening. Our potential remains locked away, hidden behind the fortress of our anxieties. The first step in dismantling this fortress is to call the enemy by its name. We must drag our fears out of the murky shadows of our minds and into the clear light of day. The Stoic philosophers gave us a powerful insight. External events are neutral. It is our judgment about them that makes them seem good or bad, that makes them terrifying or manageable. We cannot always stop the initial wave of fear, but we can choose how we interpret and respond. We can train our judgment. This is where Stoic micro-commitments come in. A micro-commitment is not a huge, terrifying leap. It is one tiny, manageable step you can take consistently. An action so small, it's almost impossible to say no to. This consistent practice rewires your brain's response to fear. Here are 3 simple micro-commitments you can begin today. First, practice daily micro-exposure. Deliberately expose yourself to a tiny dose of what you fear. Public speaking? Not a speech. Say one opinion in a small, safe meeting. Fear rejection? Don't ask for a huge promotion. Ask a stranger for the time. Ask a barista for a small discount you expect not to get. The point is to act and survive the discomfort. Do this once a day. Each time you send a signal to your nervous system, I did the scary thing, and I am still here. The world did not end. This builds evidence you can handle the feeling. Its power fades. Second, engage in a 2-minute evening reflection. Before sleep, sit quietly for 2 minutes. Think of one moment today when fear influenced you. Maybe you stayed silent when you wanted to speak up, or you procrastinated on an important task. Write 1 sentence about what you felt. Then write 1 sentence about a tiny different action for tomorrow. Example: I felt anxious about calling a client, so I put it off. Tomorrow I will just look up their phone number. This trains you to observe your own patterns objectively. It turns fear from master into subject of study, a problem to be solved with a clear next step. These 3 micro-commitments, daily exposure, evening reflection, reframing, form the foundation of your practice. To make them even more effective, Layer on a few simple tools. These tools bridge the gap between knowing and doing, especially when resistance is high. They work by preparing your mind, breaking down the challenge, creating a system of accountability. Courage is a habit built through deliberate, repeated actions. These tools help you build that habit more reliably. One powerful addition: 1-minute visualization. Before your small act of exposure, take 60 seconds to close your eyes and rehearse. Do not just picture the successful outcome. Picture the entire process. Imagine taking the deep breath, feeling the initial flicker of fear, then proceeding calmly and deliberately. See yourself completing the small task and feeling the quiet sense of accomplishment. Technique used by athletes and performers primes your brain. It makes the real action feel like the next logical step. Another crucial tool: task decomposition. Big, intimidating goals cause fear and procrastination. The thought of writing a book, starting a business, is overwhelming. Break the massive task into the smallest possible components. Not 5 steps, 20 tiny, almost trivial tasks. If your goal is a book, your first task isn't write chapter 1. It is open a new document and write 1 sentence. Or even smaller, open a new document. Your only job today is that single tiny task. This method bypasses the brain's threat detection and builds momentum. Finally, introduce structured social support. Fear thrives in isolation. Sharing your intention with one trusted person helps. Do not just complain about fear. State your micro-commitment to them. Say, "My goal for tomorrow is to speak up once in the morning meeting. Could you just ask me tomorrow afternoon if I did it?" This is not asking for advice or reassurance. It's creating a low-stakes accountability loop. Knowing someone will check in provides gentle external pressure. It makes you part of a team of 2, united against your fear. The journey from being controlled by fear to using it as fuel is not accomplished in a single dramatic leap. It is the result of small, consistent practices that accumulate over time. Courage is not a personality trait you are born with. It is a skill you cultivate. It is a muscle that grows stronger with every small repetition. The Stoic micro-commitments provide a clear, simple, and repeatable workout plan for this muscle. They do not demand that you become a different person overnight. They only ask that you take one small, intentional step today and another one tomorrow. This is the path to building genuine, lasting resilience. Let us quickly recap the core principles. First, you must name your fear. Pull it out of the abstract and make it concrete. Second, you must start tiny. Break the challenge into micro-actions too small to fail. Third, you must repeat the act. Consistency rewires your brain and builds habit. Fourth, you must reframe the thoughts that hold you back. Shift from catastrophizing to action-oriented thinking. And finally, you must track your progress. Note each small win to build momentum and evidence of growing capability. This process transforms your relationship with fear. Instead of a terrifying, unpredictable monster, fear becomes a familiar signal, a compass pointing you toward growth. When you feel that pang of anxiety, you will learn to see it not as a command to stop, but as an invitation to begin. It is an opportunity to practice your skills, to take one more small step, and to expand your world a little more. Over time, these small expansions add up. The life that once felt small and constricted begins to feel larger, richer, and full of possibility, not because the world changed, but because you did. Your task now is simple. Do not wait for a moment of inspiration. Do not wait until you feel ready, because that day will never come. Action must precede motivation. I challenge you to take your first step right now. Choose one small thing that makes you uncomfortable. It could be sending an email you have been avoiding, saying hello to a neighbor, or writing a single sentence of a project you want to start. Do it today, then share what you did. Tell a friend, write it in a journal, or simply acknowledge it to yourself. This is your first repetition. Tomorrow, do another. This is how you begin to turn fear into fuel. This is how you become unstoppable. Subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell for the next episode. Thanks for being here with the Stoic Quotient, where ancient strength meets modern life.